And now we go live to our commentators, John Murphy and David Jones.
Welcome, night golf fans, to the Erina Creek Summer Matchplay Knockout. Tonight we are broadcasting live here from Erina Creek, the second semi-final, coming down to the pointy end of the competition. Joining me in the Lamington Lounge are our contenders in the second semi-final tonight. We've got Richie Connell and Craig Wickham, both local guys from the Central Coast, battling tonight to go into next week's grand final. A couple of questions for the players. Let's start with Richie. Richie, you're a local player, a member of Wyong.
Mm-hmm.
Is that where you originally started playing golf?
It is. I've been a member there since I was 12 years old. So that's 35 years for anyone that wants to work out how old I am. So yeah, been there a while.
Yep.
Same as Wickham.
Now, relative newcomer to the night game, here at Erina Creek playing night golf, what have you found as your biggest challenges so far?
Staying sober. Yeah, come down here for a few beers with the boys. If you have too many, makes it a bit difficult. Just try and hit the ball in the middle, really.
Yeah.
The middle ball, I mean.
The middle ball,
yeah.
Not in the middle.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Good one. And victory tonight. I know you guys, there's a bit of rivalry, club rivalry here between yous. What's it mean to you taking victory over Wickham tonight?
Because I'm a regular at night golf, I think one for the local Erina Creek night golfers.
Yep.
I'm the sort of last regular in it, so if I can win that for the boys, that'd be good.
Righto, I think they'll all be cheering you out in course.
Yep.
And finally, who's watching at home? Any shout-outs?
Wife and kids are at home. Father-in-law, he's getting up at 4 o'clock this morning, Sunday morning in Toronto in Canada to watch this. Yeah, he can do that because he's retired now, so g'day Woody if you're watching.
Thanks Woody for tuning in from Canada. Remember to share it. If you just press that share button, we can get more of us watching night golf here at Erina Creek. To my right, Craig Wickham, one of the legends from Wyong Golf Course.
I don't know about that.
A long-time stalwart, coming off some fairly interesting form lately, winning on Wednesday, shooting par around Wyong. What are you bringing tonight, and what can you do to beat?
Mate, I'm just
Richie?
happy to be here, mate. I got here that late. Pavy's on the phone, ringing me up saying Murph's going off his head, get down here. Anyhow, I got pulled up by the constabulary after that. Thanks, Pave.
Well,
that's why I'm a little late.
Well,
Yeah.
I had to interrupt my own nana nap to get here early, so I thought everyone
No,
could do that.
it's all good. No, it's all good. No, I'm looking forward to tonight.
Now, have you played a lot of golf here at night?
No, I've had a fair few. I've had a few games. I haven't played as much regularly lately. But in the early days, I used to play in it. But no, I struggle, mate, in the night, mate.
Yeah.
And I am going to probably struggle tonight, mate. So I'll be just hoping to put my ball just in front of Richie's so I can get the line. But I'm not known to be the greatest putter, so that could be an issue. But no, look, I've heard Richie's in great form, but much the same. We've both been at Wyong for, I think, I must have joined the year after Richie because I've been there 34 years and there's not much between us in age. So, and look, Richie's played great golf there over the years and I've had a little bit of success. And, mate, look, we're all mates and I'm just pleased there's going to be a Wyong bloke in the final next week and we'll pump that old bloke from Magena, old mate. He'll be pumped, double pumped, I reckon. If I lose, I'll be on Richie's bag, and if Richie loses, he'll be on my bag, mate. So, double
Sounds
pumped,
great.
mate.
Sounds great. So again, Craig, who's watching at home, and any shout-outs for you before you go to the
I
first
think the
two?
kids are probably pretty keen to watch it. There'll be a few people watching. I think there'll be a few guys from Wyong that have played in this event. There's been quite a bit of talk. We played Pennants today, so there's a bit of talk about that actually today. So they'll be all watching, supporting both Richie and myself. Yeah, so we're looking forward to it, mate. I've got to go and check my bag to see if I haven't got a night ball, mate. I might be playing with a white Titleist yet.
I'll lend you one, mate.
So there we have it. Thank you for coming in, fellas, to share your experiences just before you go out and hit off in the second semi-final here at Erina Creek. We're looking forward to a terrific match between these great golfers, local guys from a local club, and representing Wyong. That's their local club, and friends from here at Erina Creek. So, fellas, before you go out to the first tee for the toss to sit and hit off, can we have a bit of a shape up and Let's see.
Where's Slapper tonight? Is Pete
Yeah,
Sliwinski?
quick Slapper's away this week. He'll be back next week for the grand final.
Oh, okay.
But he says for all you guys, good luck and have a strong, tough match out there.
I just wanted to thank him because I had to drop his name to the constabulary tonight.
Oh,
Yeah.
get yourself out of trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thanks, Slapper.
Did it work?
They got me down here in time, so I appreciate that. And you've got a $340 fine coming your way.
Righto, well, let's shape up and let's get out there and show them what it's all about. Thanks, fellas. We'll be right out on the first tee. Boys, see you out there. Good luck in the game. Over to you, back in the commentary production room, Pave. You go.
Yes, Murph, I've got you. Thank you, sir. Great interview there, the two boys from Wyong. So they're just getting prepared at the moment, doing last-minute preparations, and I'll call them over to the tee box in a moment. But I'm hoping these boys are both ready and raring for a great match tonight. I'm hoping for a 9-hole game at least tonight. We had a bit of a shortened game last week, so I'm hoping for a full round of 9 at least, and maybe a playoff hole or two. There's some good form between the two gentlemen, and they're making their way over now, and I'll get them to come up on the tee box. If Wicko, if you can join us up on the tee box, mate, we'll get a coin toss happening here. How we going, gentlemen? How we doing? Good. Yeah, Richie, I know you're a bit of a gambler, so I've got my poker chip coin out tonight. So if you have a look at there, it's got a red side and a black side.
Okay.
Richie being the resident night golfer, I'll let you call the toss. Up in the air, red or black. Alright, here we go. Alright, red it is.
Bit of a gambling form. There you go.
Alright, what would you like to do? Do you want to send him in? Are you confident enough? You'll have a hit? Alright. Wicko's going to have a whack. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Steve, and we'll get straight into our commentary team in a second. Before we do, though, can you just give us a quick assessment of the weather conditions, the playing conditions out there tonight?
Yeah, sure, Murph. It's very, very steady out here tonight. I'm looking at all the flags, and they're very, very still. There has been a slight breeze this afternoon, but as we know, at this course, it can tend to swirl a fair bit around in this course. It's a bit like a Bermuda Triangle. So, but it's very steady out here tonight, and air is quite thin. Moon is almost full, mate. So, hoping these boys can make use of the extra light.
Cheers for that. Our club captain out on course there, Steve Holmes. And now, as the boys are getting ready to hit off, and it looks like Wicko's hitting off, joining me in the Lamington Lounge in commentary tonight is our usual resident expert on night golf with a worldly experience. Welcome to Dave Jonesy Jones, and in the middle tonight with Pete Sliwinski just off on a little break for a little while, just as we see Wicko hit off first. And he looks like he's got away quite well. Our guest commentator, also just a little bit over the back of the chipping a putt for him. Our guest commentator tonight, a local member here at Erina Creek, and also a resident, bit of an expert on experience here, is Scott Squizzy Taylor. Squizzy and Jonesy, welcome to the broadcast. Jonesy, can you give us a little bit of an assessment on what you think about tonight's match?
Thanks, Murph. I've been looking forward to this one for a long time, mate. Two Wyong boys. Now, I saw the pre-match interview. That was all lovey-dovey and very sweet, but I can tell you these blokes hate each other. They hate each other a lot. That's in the munge at the back. They hate each other a lot. It all started over a sausage roll at the Wyong Pro Shop in 1986. I actually had to referee the fight that started between them. I ended up eating the sausage roll myself. But they haven't liked each other since, and don't worry, there's a lot of feeling in this match. A lot of feeling. Squiz, you're a night golfing veteran now, mate. Probably got a few hundred games under the belt. What would your thoughts be going into a big semi-final, mate?
Yeah, I'd be nervous. Richie's we had a bit of a hit earlier on tonight, and Richie was hitting the ball okay. He was keen, but he was saying to me he just really wanted to beat Wicko tonight. He just had a bee in his bonnet about Wicko. He just really wanted to get it over him. So it could be that sausage roll. I think it was a cheese and bacon one, wasn't it?
Cheese and bacon sausage roll.
Yeah, it was the last one there. He really wanted it, and Wicko got it. Or you ended up eating it.
I ate it.
Yeah, but so there's a bit of tension here between the boys.
There's history.
Yeah.
There's history, mate. History. The great thing about this, as Wicko pointed out, is that Wyong is going to be represented in the final either way. So well done to the boys from Wyong that are supporting the Erina Creek match play. And don't forget, there's 128 spots in the next one, so get your name down for that. We're thinking, I've been speaking to the King of Night Golf, and there is a possibility of a signing session where we'll get him out and actually get him to meet some of these people who are starting their careers in night golf, get them in front of a real legend. Great opportunity. Bring your kids down. Okay, so we can see Wicko's gone through here. He's got a little bit of a testy chip here. He can run it around and get it within 4 or 5 feet, which is probably enough. He doesn't really need to hole it. Although
that Mun's just in the way there of his shoulder.
It's probably just in his line, but I think he's just going to skirt it on the right hand side,
right,
run it up,
trickle it up there.
Yeah, get it 3 or 4 feet on.
Nice tap in par.
Yeah, and just bank on Richie not being able to hole it out of that rough. Although Richie doesn't have a lot of rough in front of him, so he can almost take a flatter club like an 8 or a 9 iron and just pop it out and let it roll.
Now, just for our viewers at home watching, or wherever you are watching on Facebook, this is a handicap event, and there is a shot tonight, fellas. Richie's getting a shot from Wicko. Wicko's a scratch player here at Erina Creek, and Richie's off 1. So look for
nicely done.
Richie getting a shot on the 3rd hole.
Okay, so you can pretty much write down 3 for Wicko there, who should make that putt. So Richie really having a chip to win the hole. And I think he has gone something fairly straight, maybe a little wedge or
this
a 9 iron
afternoon.
there.
Richie hit the pin about 5 holes out of 9. Richie hit the pin on his putts or his approach shot, so he's
gone.
He's been on target this afternoon.
The big swing little D-cell there and popped him out a bit too hard. Right idea. Just a little bit too firm, but you tend to want to do that. You don't want to fluff it and leave it in the munch because your friends point out you'll laugh. So now Richie with a little bit more work to do than he probably wanted. I imagine Wicko will pick that up, will he, or not? No, he's going to mark it. So Richie will give it to him once he knocks this one in.
Richie has been a pin seeker all afternoon on his putts.
You notice how the PGA and the European Tour have now adopted the... he's tugged it! Well, now he'll make Wicko knock this in for the win. Well, that's just a terrible putt. Notice how the PGA and the European Tour are now leaving the flag in, copying off Erina Creek. We've been doing it for years. They think they invented it. So Wicko to go 1 up. And there it is, right in the middle.
Richie will be kicking himself
1 up
there,
to the former Wyong captain. And a committee stalwart at the Wyong Golf Club.
Richie will be kicking himself. He's been banging the pin all arvo, and he'll be dirty on that miss.
Yeah, just a little bit too forceful with that chip.
Now, while the boys are heading over to the second tee, fellas, we just a quick shout out to a couple of our sponsors. Most of them are heading into the autumn match play knockout, which we have our draw coming on this coming Wednesday night. Entries closed to the autumn match play knockout on Tuesday, Jonesy. $40 entry fee. It's a little bit different, like a little bit of a round robin type competition to start off. So you play...
Looks like a good format, Murph, doesn't it?
Yeah, so you're in a group of 4. You play your 3 matches against your group in the 4, and then we go to the final series after that. So please get in before the end of Tuesday to secure your position. There's still quite a few available. We are looking for 128 players. We think we've got pretty much over half So if you're out there wanting a game, as Wicko lines up at the second.
Okay, so he wants to keep this under the hole, somewhere in the gully. Is a great shot. Might have just come over the top of that a little bit, so it's going to go a tad left. Just in the gully there on the left of the green. Won't be too bad.
And we're looking for more women to get into the next round too, aren't we? We haven't seen many in the last round.
Squiz,
So
yeah, we
Good
need
point, Squiz.
we need more women in there.
Yeah, we need some ladies in there to show their talents.
Okay, beat the boys.
Here's a good looking swing. Oh, it's just hung up the
Up
top.
on the
That's
top
a-
platform too. That's a nice
a-
nice putt from
It's a
there.
putt you can't be too aggressive
Left.
with, but he can. It's got a fair bit of right to left in it, and the idea there is just to hit it inside that 3-foot circle.
You don't want to go left and back down that hill
No,
either.
that's right.
That's your worst nightmare.
You're better
from
off
there.
to miss it 3-foot right.
Yep.
Just quickly about the upcoming autumn match play knockout here at Erina Creek. We have 2 ladies already signed in for the competition, so
good stuff.
it's one of the few world games where ladies and men compete on an equal level, Jonesy.
Well, the holes are only short, Murph, so strength is no advantage here at Royal Erina. You can use your guile and cunning, and chicks are full of that. So,
Well,
I think
you should know.
I should know. I should know. International golfer and banger. So, I think that's brilliant. Get the girls out amongst it. The night golf will take off. I was at a function last night and speaking to a couple of golfers and talking to them about night golf, and the fascination level is growing within the community, boys, isn't it?
It is.
Well, it's a different game, Jonesy. We're finding that golfers that, are out there blitzing their local club courses come here, and the challenges they're facing are quite different, and they're finding that their usual game might not hold up, so they're having to develop a few different types of skills.
I think
you're very much in tune with the differences in the type of approach that the guys have to apply to get the ball around here.
Murph, this is one of the greatest courses to develop your short game. There are so many different shots that you're asked to play here. You can see this one, Wicko's hit it long and left here, so he's going to be buried in some long grass outside that cut line there, and he's going to have to flop it onto the green or pitch it into the bank. It's just an incredibly tough shot. I'd give him probably 2 in 10 chance of getting this up and down. Having said that, he'll probably chip it in or something, make a goose of me, but it's just an incredibly, for such a short course where you're hitting primarily wedges at the targets all day, you can leave yourself some unplayable shots, and that's the beauty of this course. It's not necessarily getting the ball close that shoots a good score here. It's hitting it in the right spot to not make a bogey.
Yeah.
And in the daytime, it's a lot easier in the day. Nighttime, the depth perception gets a bit harder. It's a lot harder to hit the glow ball at nighttime than it is to hit a normal ball in daytime.
And I think
It's
too,
a different
just your
game. It's a
perception
totally
of where the
different game.
ground is.
Yep.
It's difficult when you don't have those usual sort of visual cues, and it does make it quite difficult to strike the ball cleanly. A lot of good players have come down here and struggled to get the ball off the centre of the club for a while. They'll pick it up, but Wicko's having a bit of strife here. I'm not sure what the local Erina Creek timing rule is for looking. I think it's until you get sick of it still. But this could end up in Wicko saying, pick it up, let's go to the next. We're wasting
That's
time.
not the ball there we can see, Jonesy, just into the rough.
No,
there,
it sort
couple
of looks like
feet.
there is something there. I wonder if it's probably a leaf, but
Straight in front of Holmesy.
Holmesy's walking towards it to check it out.
No,
Hello,
just-
someone's found it, I think.
Okay. What would, just for the viewers out there in Facebook land, Jonesy, what would be the rule here if they didn't find the ball?
Well, if they didn't find the ball, he's got to go back to the tee and replay it.
Would he be hitting his
He'd be hitting his third.
Yeah.
Penalty 2, drop 2, playing 3. So, unfortunately, it's not a hazard there. So it's just a lost ball through the
there it is.
green, and that requires a replay of the last shot.
Now, just remember around here in Erina Creek, it's playing the ball as it lies. They get no preferred lies,
and
regardless.
that's pretty gnarly out there, Murph, where Wicko is. So I think he's got something. He's probably got a pitching wedge, and he's just going to try and play it off the back foot, scull it into the bank, and hopefully it'll... No, he's just caught it really heavy, and it's not going to get there. So that leaves a little opening for Richie to pull one back here. Wicko's one up at the moment, but...
See if Richie can capitalise.
Yeah, I'd say Richie's probably got the shot.
Just being wary, if doesn't want to go left and down that hill there.
No, maybe Wicko is still away. Now Wicko's really got to try and make this to put any pressure on Richie, but if he misses it and hits it more than a foot past, he's going to have 12, 15 foot coming back. Tendency is to be a little bit shy with putts, so he's chipped it. And he's chipped it in.
Nice chip.
Oh, great effort. Great effort. Great chip to keep that from going down the hill.
Now,
so Richie's 2 putts to square here, to pull it back to square and win this hole.
I was going to ask Squizzy about what he's thinking about the speed here at the second, but we're watching this one follow it in.
That's pretty good. Wicko's conceded that, so they're back to square.
Exactly what they both did then. They don't want to hit it too hard and end up down that roll there, but it's... Yeah, that's a really testy shot from the back of the green there, I reckon. You normally end up more short than long because you just don't want to go down that roll there.
Yeah, it is a bit of a heavy roll down there, isn't it, on the second? So the boys are heading over to the third. It looks like they're all square. Remembering that Richie will get a shot on the third, playing off one. And for our viewers at home or at Facebook land who watched last week and saw our inaugural event, our first event live of the Murray's Brewery Club Chuck, we've got that coming up shortly. After the boys hit off the third tee here, we'll throw over to our Club Chuck expert down on course, Grubby, and the Grubster will be running us through who's chucking tonight, and that'll be a lot of fun coming up shortly. So heading down the third here, fellas. I can see the trees are starting to move around a little bit. How's that going to maybe affect the ball flight? It looks like it's up there, up from behind them, yeah?
Yeah, looks like it's helping downwind this one. So just get this one up in the air and try and float it down there. Probably a pitching wedge for Richie, I'd say. Need to stay down on that one, so he's probably got pretty good contact on that. Oh, he's got great contact. Great shot. Well, Richie Connell laying down the law. That's a superb shot. Wicko all square and probably needs to get one stiff here to stay all square.
That's a cracking shot to get it that close.
Yeah, that's probably the best shot we've
Pressure's
seen on
on
this
Wicko
hole in the coverage. Wicko's lost it a little bit right, I think. Hasn't quite squared that one up. And just a bit weak. That's alright, he'll have a putt from there. Murph, I spoke to a local legend last night, Sam Booker, who is going to be in the throwing event next week, the Club Chucker, and I've seen some of his work, and he learnt from some of the greats, Joker.
Okay, well, we're going to go to our Club Chuck event here at Erina Creek. Murray's Brewery's brought us this fantastic new event. We've got on the first tee, Grubby. Come in, Grubby. Let's can you introduce us to who we've got chucking tonight and what they've got to say about their form and style in their chucking approach.
Hey, g'day guys, Grub down here on the ground. We've got Benny and Jake Petsy Cabbage. We're going to go with Benny first. He seems like he's got a bit of an arm. Mate, I heard you just missed out on the discus at the 2001 Olympics. Can you tell me a little bit more about what you're going to do today? What's your style, mate?
Well, because I missed out on the discus, I just realised that every time I went to the toilet I was really good at hammer throwing. So I'm going with the hammer throw technique tonight. Whew.
Well, that sounds good, Grubby. We're interested to see how that goes. You're going to send him away as the boys are heading down the third, and then we'll get into whatever Jack's got up his sleeve.
All right, Benny. When you're ready, mate, off we go.
Benny relying on centrifugal force here.
Oh, this could go horribly wrong. Oh no, he's got a good
That's gone
bit of
right. It's a good throw.
Now that looks like a fairly decent throw down there, Grub. Who have we got out in the fairway measuring that for us?
Murph, out here in the ground, and I think this is a fairly decent throw. Grubby's got the rangefinder back there. I'll let him get on and give you the measurement. Hold on.
New course record down here, guys. We've got 63 metres.
Grub, we're getting a call from production here. Can you measure that from between the white markers? Get Steve to stand. You're going to have to stand right in between the white markers and measure it out on course.
Take a metre off.
So as Grubby's measuring out there, doesn't look like Jack's...
Sorry, mate, 61. 61 there.
Thanks for that, Grubby. So now we've got Jack...
Expensive
Heads
cabbage.
Expensive Cabbage. That's what's he got for us here tonight?
All right, Jack. How are we going to go, mate? What are you going to do today, and how are you going to beat Benny?
Well, I'm going to drink more Murray's Sussex too. Down the Bob Farm. Is that right?
Yeah.
And I'm just going to give everything I've got.
Righto, so here is Jack Expensive Cabbage. Certainly get down the first fairway. He's doing a bit of a warm-up here, fellas. What does that tell you?
This could go anywhere. Someone could die tonight. Yep, shank.
That's into the trees.
He may have sent that into the trees. Oh.
Almost taken out the light there, guys.
We'll get a quick measurement on that and we'll send over to the
35
third
metres.
green short. There looks like there might be a... Yeah, so scores to beat. Current champion or record holder at the moment is Stu Pavey with 51 metres. Timmy Graham chucked at 49 and Dave Maverick Holmes was on 47 metres. So what do you got there, Grubby? What are you measuring that at? And we'll update the leaderboard shortly. What do you got there, Grubby?
We've got a 46 down there, mate.
Okay, so we've got a new competition leader with 61 metres. Well done to Benny Williams, one of our sponsors here for night golf, the Matchplay Knockout. The Club Chuck sponsored proudly by Murray's. Thanks to Murray's, providing the refreshments to enable us to get that club down the fairway. Let's get back to the golf. And we're
Cheers, guys, and well done, and good luck to the guys out on the course.
Thanks for that, fellas, out on course. Let's get back to tonight's match play. Squizzy, what are you seeing early? I'm seeing some surging coming here from young Richie Connell.
Yeah, I'm backing Richie in this. I like the way Richie was hitting the ball this Arvo. He's hitting it well, and yeah, if he keeps going the way he does, I think Richie could be up for a win tonight.
Okay. Well, we know Wicko's a fighter.
Yeah, I haven't seen that much of Wicko. I've seen probably more of Richie, so yeah, I'll be surprised to see how Wicko goes. But I like the way Richie's probably got a bit more experience on this course, especially in night golf.
Yep.
Like Richie's picked up here and had a victory, so Richie's back to one up.
Back to all square.
So we're sending off to the fourth tee now, and as the boys are getting ready to tee off, we might go out onto course after they hit off here, fellas, and get a bit of commentary from what's going on from the players. But I can see that the wind out on course has picked up quite a bit.
Yeah, there's definitely a bit more wind out there now, Murph, and this is the sort of hole where it'll affect you, because it'll be blowing pretty hard across this fairway and blowing towards all the danger and the munge on the left. So you probably want to try and hit a little floater out to the right and just let the wind knock it down towards the pin here. Maybe aiming right edge of the green. If the wind knocks him down a bit to the left, that's good. If not, take your chances from the right edge. Flat-footed on that action, but he's probably got away with it. He's not going to pull it, I wouldn't think, too much. Oh, he's just got away too much.
That a bit too much.
quite long there.
And not much green, so he's got to come back through the frog here, which is a bit unpredictable, and then jump on the green. So it's going to be hard to get the length of that one shot right. Pace will be very, very important. So Wickham would be looking at a little chance here. He thinks if he can knock one in there tight under the hole, might be able to pinch one back. Only playing 91 metres, so it's just a solid sand iron for these boys. See what Wickham's got. Always had that nice move with his legs. Again, just a little bit long. The boys not seeing the bounce in these greens. They've firmed up a bit with the weather we've had.
So we're going to chuck out onto the green, out onto the course. Come in, Steve. Do you mind just giving us a few words? Who have you got sitting with you, and what's the mood out on course at the moment?
Interference from the light, I think, there.
We're getting some pretty bad interference there, Steve. Can you come to us again?
Apologise for that. Had duties with the kids this afternoon and tonight, and but anyhow, we got here, like I said, got out down here by the constabulary, and
I heard one of our resident night golfers, who's also a police officer, pulled you over, knowing that you were coming here tonight.
He did. He said there's some revenge here. I think I took him out in the first round, and he said, well, we can sort that out, Wicko.
Bit of a shout out to Eddie Bunce there. But,
yeah. No, it's good down here. There's a bit of wind, and it's not easy actually out here. Got off to a good start, and then Richie's pegged one back there, and obviously with the third hole, got a shot on it. So that was a gimme, a hole in one for him with the shot. So I got it all to do here now.
It looks like both of you are towards the back here. Richie's a little bit longer. So advantage you at the moment. You've got a much cleaner lie, but we'll get back into the action, boys, here, and back to you in the commentary booth. Good on.
Thanks for that, Wicko and Steve. And yeah, we want to see a great match tonight, so keep up the battle attitude.
Yeah, this is a tough one, Murph. This one for Richie here. It's you pretty much got to play a little soft chip, so he wants to land something soft in the fringe, only 6 or 8 feet from the green. Let it just bounce on and release to the hole.
Yeah, that pin's probably as close to the back of the green as it has been a long while.
Yeah, I haven't seen it back there for a while, Scotty.
No.
It's been down the front and the middle for a while, but that green's come back beautifully after the Renault recently and looks exceptional. Okay, so he wants to pitch this somewhere in the frog here. Just let it bounce out. The right shot will finish close, but a bad one will be too long. Like that. Just carried it too far. Okay, so it's going to he's going to struggle to make par. So this opens the door for Wicko to get it back. We haven't had a hole halved in this match yet, boys.
Not yet,
Every
no.
hole's been won. So you would assume that Wicko will knock this in or win with a par.
That's a smart move with the putt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lovely
He's
shot.
left it right on the lip in typical Wicko fashion. He's put the head down. He knows 95% of balls that don't reach the hole don't go in. And the mathematicians out there.
And the pressure's on Richie now.
Yeah, well, now he's got to make this to stay one up. Shots are all gone now, so it's down to golf now. Good green to putt on this one though, Murph. I've seen you hole a few putts on this over the years, Murph. This has been a little bit of a cash cow for you this hole on occasions, hasn't it?
Mate, this hole is a good one to putt off the edge because the edge is quite true as well.
I've seen billiard tables
Pace
bumpier
up
than
to
this
and
green.
hit it straight. He
She's
hasn't
pretty
got it
flat.
there. Oh, he has got it there, but it's
He's
missed
just
by
missed
a
out.
whisker.
No.
Great effort by Richie. Okay, so back to all square. Teeing off on the 5th. I say this every week, but it's one of my favourite holes.
Yeah,
Murph.
I know
think
it
this
is,
just
Jonesy.
requires a great tee shot. Oh, the pin's on the friendly side, so it's actually not a bad one today. You can just aim at that right wing of the green there, and probably a gap wedge. You don't want to hit anything. Yeah, maybe a gap wedge here, 52 or.
Yeah, the flag's just to the right of that valley there. The
Yeah,
valley of
so you
sin,
can
they
take
call
it
it.
out today.
So yeah, if you aim a bit right, it's
Aim
the
on that
safe
right
shot.
edge of the green, Scotty. That's the
That's the
shot,
safe
isn't
shot today. Yeah, definitely.
if you go in the in the gully of sin on that line towards the pin now. It's actually the deepest part of it, the hardest part to get out. So, yeah, I think these boys will be smart enough to aim just on the right edge of the green there, somewhere around the fringe. Even if you're in the fringe, it's no drama there. Quite birdieable out of that fringe.
Yeah, very, very unpredictable coming up out of that valley there. It's somewhere you don't want to be.
No,
much rather
and you
be to the
don't want
right
to be
there.
long. So it's imperative that this one is straight and the right distance. So that's why it makes it such a great hole, and it's why you don't have to have long holes for golf to be fun. Okay, just trying to find that nice little piece of grass that says flush. There you go, he's found it.
It's usually a button that says that, isn't it, Jonesy?
Yes, yes. Yeah, so he's setting up probably just right of the pin. Just make a nice, good swing. Yeah, it's safely right. Probably not going to come back quite as much as he wants. Oh, he's got too much of it. He's flown I think that flew the gully at the back, so he's going to have to pitch over it, which is probably a better result than pitching into it, to be honest. He's going to at least have a lie that he can work with there.
Richie would probably call that a swinging door, wouldn't he?
I'd say you can see a bit of an opening there. So now Richie just wants something on the putting surface, pin high. Good swing. Stayed down again nicely. Oh, and he's landed right in the gunge.
Both long.
That's gone off the back, has it, Jones?
It's in the gully of sin at the back, Murph, and it's
the
in
gully
that
of
sort
death, isn't it?
No, gully of death. Valley of death at the back. Sorry, yeah, gully of sin at the front.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get the front holes and back holes mixed up sometimes.
And what's the trick out of there, Squiz? Have you been in there before?
I've been in there before, and I'll try and do a little flop shot in there if the lie allows it, but it's a very tough shot to get in there. Depending on how the ball's buried there, it's a little. I try and just pop it up and try and land on the green, just roll up to the hole, but it's a lot easier said than done, Murph.
Yeah.
A lot easier. It's easy in theory, but yeah, in practice it's a bit
one
harder.
of those shots where you can look like an idiot too. You can leave it in the gully, or you can scull it out over the green.
I've looked like an idiot more times than a proper golfer out of that valley. Trust me.
Oh dear. Richie's looking good since he's put on a bit of weight. He actually throws a shadow now. When he was a kid, he was that skinny. He didn't even throw a shadow. He had to run around the shower to get wet. We used to call him flagpole.
Not like us.
No. Just notice there's a quick shot of the commentary team there. Some good looking mugs there. Girls, if you're out there, you want to get into some of this?
You got the hippie shakes going again tonight, Jones. Are you nervous?
Always nervous, John. Always nervous when there's a semi-final on. Shaking like a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs.
Cut the tension in the air with a knife.
Yep. Richie's having a look at the line. I don't think he's very happy. He's looking at that and thinking, probably should have gone one club less here. Now, Wicko's probably got the easiest shot. Wicko can just use a sand wedge or a lob wedge and just pitch that over, land it anywhere just on the green or the fringe, and it's going to pop up around the hole. So it's not a terribly difficult shot.
Not only that, he's going to be hitting first, so he's got the advantage
big
there.
advantage Wicko here. So if he can stick one close and pretty much be given a par, it makes it pretty tough for Richie by the look of the way he was looking at his lie. And you can see Wicko's not even concerned here. He's just got a little standard pitch with a wedge, so not even trying to hack it out. Land him just on, let him release, maybe aiming the right edge of the hole.
Nice shot.
Yep, nicely played. So that should be quite a makeable putt there. That's pretty much straight in it from that distance.
Advantage Wicko at the moment, I'd have to say, after that shot.
Just depends what Richie can do here, Scotty. As you say, you can get the club tangled up in the long stuff in there and look like a bit of a goose sometimes, and that's what's happened. He's taken no backswing there, and the club was pretty much stopping from the time he picked this up and concede. So another hole played, and still we haven't had a squared hole, boys. Tough match. Is it nerves, Scotty, or is it just the pins are in some tough spots?
I think they're in. Oh, it could be a combination of both, James.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's a bit of both.
That was a tough pin
bit
to
of
get at.
nerves,
When
that's
I
a-
first looked at it and saw it on the right-hand side, I thought, well, the gullies aren't in play here. But you've got to get that distance right.
It's normally a relatively easy shot when it's on
Yeah.
that right hand side. But yeah, as long as you don't hit it too far, what they both did then. So
And maybe there is a little bit of southerly in that wind too. You can see that flag on 5 is actually blowing down the hole.
yeah.
So I think there's a
Bit
bit
of
of
tailwind.
southwest in that breeze. So that's probably pushed those shots half a club on the last hole and end up with them both being long there. So now this hole's going to be critical. Wicko's pulled it back to 1 up, but this is probably the best pin position, or the easiest pin position on this hole. Murph, you've had a lot of experience with Benny's bowl here.
Mate, this hole can be one of those holes that you can just send the glory shot to it and have an easy tap in for bird. But again, it's not one that holds the green if you hit it. If it lands pin high or beyond, it will go over the back, and you've got a deathly shot from off the back.
Yeah.
It is slightly downhill from the back, so definitely one where you're wanting to land it slightly short.
even though
Paying 102, so I reckon you want to land this about 94, 95, and one hop and a bit of a roll. So
even though it's 102,
probably sand on.
it looks deceivingly longer than what it is at night time. I feel on this hole.
I think you got that a bit squirty.
Oh, you
That's-
got onto
that's
that, though.
long, yeah.
There you go.
Just that little bit of a
So
lunge at that one.
what you got to love about this game is that, you know, you get your nose in front, and then the pressure's still on. Being night golf, having the challenges of ordinarily they may be able to deal with during the day, the night golf game is throwing up some serious challenges for these players.
Yeah, that little bit of breeze that's kicked up is making it interesting.
Wick, I'd love to maintain that lead, get another shot, just maintain a buffer there.
It looks like he's lost this right.
See how Richie goes here.
Oh, he's
He's
all
on the
right.
dance floor,
fine.
though. That's a
Come
nice shot.
Come around a couple of feet too, so that's pretty much a rock solid 3 and a good chance at 2. So
I
we
wonder how the
may
sledges
not
going
see
there.
a hole halved in this match. Have we had a match like this yet where no one's halved a hole? I don't remember
think
one.
so, but I'm going to throw quickly down to Steve. Steve, I'm going to throw down to you on course. Have you got me there, mate?
Yes, Murph, I've got you there.
Mate, what we're finding out on course there hasn't been a hole halved yet. There's plenty of up and down in this game. And what's the mood like? Is there any sledging going on out there?
There's been no sledging as yet, which I'm pretty surprised about with these two gentlemen. They were actually just talking then about not having halved a hole just yet, and I think Richie's hit a nice shot in here, but if there's any chance now, I reckon now's a half. Richie's got an advantage on this one. Richie, how you feeling going into this putt?
I'd just say he's the first bloke to give me a 10-foot putt ever. Yeah, had a double hit on the last hole, and all these new stupid rules, drop it from your knee and play it from underwater, all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, but anyway, don't know, see what happens.
Yep, take that aim into the pin.
Just smash it.
Yep, righto, off we go.
Thanks for that, Steve, and thanks, Richie, for sharing with us out on course. We'll catch up with you possibly down the 8th. Wicko 1 up. We're on the 6th. Advantage, Richie.
Yeah, tough shot here, mate. That's a bare lie out there, so you can't get away with a wishy-washy strike here. You've got to keep the club head moving. It's almost pull the putter out and just bump it up through the fringe. You can easily scull that chip or flub it, so maybe he'll go to a straighter face club, an 8 or a 9 iron, and just try and sort of putt it up there and get it to hop through, but just not the place you want to be. No, he's gone for the putter. I think that's the safe play here. It's just too hard a lie. It's a powdery lie. You can end up looking like a real deal here. So he's taken the smart option. That's hopped off the club face and trickling down there. That's pretty well played.
Yeah, that's a nice
Pretty
shot.
well played.
It's a nice shot.
Yep. Should have a very good chance of knocking that in for 3. So we may get our half here unless Richie can knock this in.
So Squizzy, the speed of this green, you're an Erina Creek stalwart. This green's only about 18 months old. How's the speed on this green going?
I haven't said it's one of the newer greens. I reckon it's probably one of the truest greens out here, or one of the nicest greens to putt on. I like this green, but as I said before, Richie was banging pins before. Every second hole he was hitting the pin with his putt. So I reckon he's got a good chance here. That bounced a bit, but just short.
Yeah, that bounced and stopped it coming down. That putt normally does come down that hill a bit, so it must have just hit a little imperfection. So this for our first half of the night. Something we haven't seen on the first 5 holes. There we go. So we got a half. So the boys will walk on to the 7th tee, the home hole, with Craig Wickham 1 up in the semi-final. Murph, you go brave enough to make a prediction. There's 3 holes to go. I think it's time we laid our colour of our money on the line, mate. Who are you picking in this semi-final?
Well, I like the way that Wicko, out of adversity on those last 2 holes, has been solid with making par. Around here in night golf, if you can make your pars out of adversity, you're going to be hard to beat.
Yep.
You don't want to be in a position where you've got to perform incredible shots to get back. Really, I would have expected Richie to knock that in.
Yeah.
That wasn't showing me any authority in the way that he's putting. That was kind of, I'll meander the ball up and hope it goes in.
Yeah.
There was no that this ball's going in. So my prediction's Wicko. I'm hoping that the game goes at least to the 9th hole, but I can see a bit of fight there in Wicko and some smart play.
Yep.
Richie needs to
both
fire
great
up.
match players. These blokes have both played a lot of match play. Wicko's been a member of the Wyong Pennants team for decades, as far as I can remember. And I remember one of the other great Wyong stalwarts, pro from up that way, Greg Watto Watton. He always used to say to me, par's a pretty good score in match play.
Yep.
And I think that's been proven tonight, mate. If you can make a par when you miss a green here, put the pressure on the other bloke. Okay, so we're playing 114 metres tonight, so probably just a good solid gap wedge for Wicko. He doesn't like it. I think he's lost it right. He just didn't seem to get through that. And it's taken a very hard bounce. Oh, he's up the back. He's probably... It's not too far from the pin, but it's not by no means a easily made shot from there, so he's going to have to work hard. So a little opening for Richie here, if he can. Probably just wants to take a bit off this. There seems to be a little bit of southerly in that wind. He seems to have got a good piece of it. It's on line. It's just a matter of whether it's the right whacker. Yeah, great shot. Great shot. A little bit of right to left in that putt as he putts across from that southern side of the green. And I think you'd have to say advantage Richie on this hole. And really, he needs to make a putt here or on 8. He doesn't want to have to win the 9th to halve it, does he, Scotty? You want to go to the 9th with a chance of winning the match.
At least a chance of winning, not having to pull out a miracle to
because
play
9
extra
could be
holes.
diabolical.
Yep.
I went out there and had a hit earlier on and hit a massive shank.
So pressure's on Richie at the moment.
Yeah.
Kind of an example of a real miracle shot. That, not miracle, but a very, very good shot from Richie. But he's starting to have to make that type of shot to stay with Wicko. Wicko off the back. Richie's possibly thinking, well, Wicko's going to get up and down. I need to put one close.
Richie's running out of holes here.
Yeah, well, that's right. He wants to win this 1 or 8 and then be able to walk on to 9 with a chance of winning.
Yep.
I think it's probably easier psychologically to have a chance at winning than it is to have to save it on 9. It's pretty much just every time you have to save it, you can bet the bloke you're playing will hit it to 6 feet.
Yeah, you're putting unnecessary pressure on yourself.
Yeah. Yep. All about pressure minimisation, match play. Both blokes are still looking pretty relaxed at the moment as they walk across Pavey Creek there.
So just a quick shout out to one of our sponsors who follows us and gives us a good plug online, Golf Days Australia. Matt Bailey, if you're out there watching, g'day from Erina Creek. We're grateful for your Facebook page that also we're able to share our night golf phenomena coming from Erina Creek on as well. And if you're not a member of Matt's page on Facebook, Golf Days Australia. And another quick one to our mate Anthony Knight from Mortgage Choice. I know that things might not seem great at the moment, but a big shout out to you, Tony and Leah, for all your purchases or finance needs towards property. The guys down at Mortgage Choice at Erina, big sponsors here at Erina Creek, and we thank them also for their
Very
support.
bloke, lovely family, nice people. Well, Leah's nice, Nighties.
He's a South Sydney supporter.
Yeah.
So here we've got Wicko off
so
the back
Wicko
of the
wants to
green.
just-
His
this
second
is gonna
shot.
pretty much travel straight down. It might leak a little bit to his right.
He's got a
Nice
fair
shot.
bit of club on that. It's looking
Stayed
good.
straight. Yeah, he thought the same as me that it was going to leak a little bit to the right, but stayed straight. Pretty makeable putt coming back as long as he keeps the pace on it. So Richie for the birdie and to get back to all square with 2 holes to play. So wants to keep the pace up on this one as well. This green, come on. He hasn't hit it. He hasn't hit it. Great effort though. So that'll be conceded. Richie's in for a solid 3, and Wicko's now got probably, what's that, Murph? 10 feet for par. But don't forget we use the bigger hole here at Erina Creek. So
Yeah, it looks about 10 feet, but I'm thinking we're going to see
if it keeps the pace up, it's just a straight putt.
whether Wicko's got what it takes here. This is
Well,
going to be another up and down. This is his third up
I
and
think
down.
if Wicko makes this, he goes on to win the match.
Well,
I
he's
think
fourth
Wicko
up
would
and
know
down
that.
in a row.
He just wants to make sure he gets it up. It's a good stroke.
There you
Great
go.
stroke. Well done.
Good sinking speed
Well
there,
done.
Jonesy.
Nice. Kept very still over that putt. Very well done. So Wicko walks on to the 8th one up and must now be favourite to take out. We've lost Scotty, ladies and gentlemen. Alien abduction happens sometimes here at Erina Creek. There's nothing we can do about it, Murph. Sometimes aliens come down, they rectally probe you, and then he'll drop back later on.
He'll never be the same.
He'll never be the same, which is probably good for a lot of people.
Yep, especially for his golfing buddy Grubby. I know
Yeah.
that he's looking for any change in
Yeah.
Squizzy. So as they're getting ready to hit off the 8th, I think that, my prediction regarding Wicko being so solid, Richie's really going to have to pull something out of the back stocks here, Jonesy.
I think he's got to hit it stiff here and birdie it and give himself a chance.
Give himself a chance on
This
the
is
9th.
his last chance. You've got to, and of course Wicko's thinking now, if I can hit something 10 feet here, I can pretty much finish the game off here.
So we've got a temporary
Two
green
certainly
here.
won't lose the game, lose the hole, I don't think. So anyone who can make 2 is going to be pretty close.
So temporary green here on the 8th, Jonesy. What type of shot is Wicko thinking to play? Looks like the pin's cut in the gully part of the green.
Yeah, so
What kind of shot's he after?
Mate, you can hit a nice high one here. It's going to play 98 metres, so that's back into the wind. So he could probably hit a nice gap wedge here, just nice soft one. Get it up nice and high. Oh, I don't know. I think he's tried to squeeze one in under here. That's way long.
Oh,
He's caught that a couple of rungs low, I think. So
that's off in the never there.
yeah, that's
No man's land.
uglier than a red-headed stepchild, so he's going to have a lot of trouble getting that up and down. So advantage Richie here. He can pull this back to square with a good shot, but he must keep this short of that green that's being renovated. Give himself a chance here.
Do or die for Richie here.
3 could win this hole easily, but 2 will definitely win it. Good swing. Probably go on high because he stays back a bit on it.
I think he's gone way right.
Way right.
Way right.
I think so.
Okay, so there's no clear advantage here, which will suit Wicko because a half will put him on the 9th tee with in an unbeatable position. I think this is what happens, boys, when it gets to the last couple of holes. You start to nerve up and it's hard to close out matches in the dark, isn't it? I remember Murph having a match against you here years ago and we both pretty much played like bastards until it got to the 7, 8, 9, and I think you had 2 birdies and a par.
Mate,
And that was the end of the match.
Mate, I'm pretty sure it was a full moon that night.
It was.
And we haven't spoken about the moon tonight, but we're coming into a full. We're waxing gibbous. We're coming to full on Tuesday. This coming Tuesday. So in 2 nights it'll be full.
Beautiful.
I'm
Beautiful.
feeling maybe that Richie's possibly being impacted by that almost full moon.
Well, he's allowing for the fully when it's only a 3/4.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. With your lunar activity is very important at night golf. Murph, you're a student of the lunar cycles, and I believe that you're going to have your ashes deposited on the moon when you depart this Earth.
On somebody's moon.
Yeah.
Is that what? I am a bit of a moon sort of
A lunatic.
A tick, yeah, lunatic. So, but I'm also joined in that interest. Slapper loves the moon.
Oh, I think Slapper's actually a werewolf.
So it looks like we've had someone take a drop here. Is it Wicko? Wicko's taken a drop up on the 7th tee.
Oh, so that's the drop zone, is it?
So landing on the
green that's been taken out of play becomes GUR, and the drop zone is the 7th tee. So he's got a tough little pitch there. He's got to pitch it over all that longer fairway rough between him and the hole will grab the ball. So he's got to land the ball on the fringe of the green or on the green, and it's going to kick down the hill and feed to the right. So he really wants to land something on that sort of light patch, just to the left of that light patch that you can see just right at the front of the green as the camera shot's looking at it now.
And
so tough shot, nice little sand wedge or a lob wedge, just pop one up, get it to land. It'll take one hop and then release. So not an impossible shot, but a tough shot to get inside that 5 or 6 feet where you're guaranteeing that you're going to make a par and put some pressure back onto Richie.
Earlier on this afternoon, I saw one of our local golfers here, the Panther shot from about here somewhere and made a beautiful shot. Ran it just like that, just before the green.
That's beautiful.
Ran it down to the hole.
That is lovely.
Absolutely beautiful golf.
Wickham might have been watching the Panther as well.
Why this bloke Wicko's been a great match player over the years. Took his time, went over, had the drop, considered the shot, played a great shot, and he's got himself out of trouble and probably won the match with that shot.
What pressure.
So Richie needs to knock this in, really. He's got a good look at how it's going to release and roll when it gets on the green, so he's got it on the right line, but it's too firm.
And it's over.
And I think he may have the match finishing up.
Hey, that's the game.
This hole, because
that is
now got that to stay in the match. So if Richie misses this, Craig Wickham goes into the grand final against Joel Pembroke next week.
Yeah.
So a bit of pressure here for Richie. Let's hope he can knock it in and extend this to the 9th.
Now I think, correct me if I'm wrong, fellas, but I don't think Wicko's hit a green all night. That's his 8th up and down. Actually, he hasn't parred every hole, but that's about his 5th par from an up and down in a row.
A solid scrambling game all night tonight. He's really done well to get up and down from off the side of the green.
A good short.
Got to go in. Got to go in.
Got a sniff.
Oh, and Richie,
she's
pulled it up.
That's it. Match is over.
And there we have it.
We know who the finalists are. Congratulations to Craig Wickham. Good on you, mate. And he'll move into the grand final of the summer match play. 64 becomes 2, and the 2 are Craig Wickham and Joel Pembroke. Murph, great final coming up.
We're going to chuck quickly out onto course there. We've got Steve, our club captain, with the players now. Just quickly as they walk back towards the clubhouse, Steve. That's a terrific scrambling win from Wicko. Just a quick comment before they come back into the Lamington Lounge here in the commentary box, just to have the interview. But what are the boys saying?
There's a bit of talk going here, but I think we're blaming it on Richie's club head covers. Bit lame there, mate. Unfortunately, didn't get the win tonight, but yeah, I think Wicko's short game tonight definitely proved the difference. Unfortunately, Richie wasn't as good trying to get back onto the greens, and hit a few long, but we'll make our way over now, guys, and I'll let the boys come into you in the commentary box. But thanks for having me tonight, and have a good interview post-match.
Thanks for that, Steve, out on course, and we'll have the boys back in.
He does a terrific job out there, doesn't he?
Oh, fantastic job.
Terrific job.
One of our Erina Creek stalwarts. Thank you very much to him out on course, fellas. A couple of surprises there. Just as they're walking back across, want to thank you guys for your expert commentary. Squizzy, great job, first time in the commentary position. A couple of I'm not going to call it a disappointing match, but we were hoping for a longer match. But definitely some grit shown there from the Wyong stalwart in Wickham.
Great scrambling from Wickham, I thought, tonight.
Yep.
Really good. Did really well from off the greens.
Yeah,
I like the way he took his time and he was very thoughtful about his short game, and I think that's critical. That's probably what won him the match.
That's what you got to do around here.
Well, thanks, fellas. Thanks for your great commentary.
Cheers, mate.
I'll get the boys
Thanks,
in
mate.
here. We'll wrap it up with a couple of quick interviews with the players and get their version of what went on out there. Hang in there if you're watching out in Facebook land. I'm sure the boys have got a couple of comments to come back to you with and give you a bit of insight into our second semi-final here at Erina Creek Summer Matchplay Knockout. We've gone, as Jonesy has said, we've gone from 64 players over the last couple of months through summer. Now we're down to 2. In our grand final broadcast of next week, next Sunday, we will be showcasing our game once again with Joel Pembroke and playing Wicko from Wyong. And I think the boys are going to be coming in shortly. Before they come in, as you're watching out there on Facebook, thank you for sharing our broadcast with your friends and family. We really appreciate the time it takes and the boys are sitting down with me. Well, congratulations, boys, on a pretty tough match out there. Conditions got a little bit changed. They changed up through the time that you're out there. The wind picked up. Maybe it was the moon, maybe it was the wind, but some scrambling play, Wicko. Let's start with Richie first. Richie, bad luck on that. You had some great shots into the green. Just couldn't get that flat stick working.
Yeah, I had 3 that went pretty close to going in. I tried to do the right lean in that, but it wouldn't go in, but I hit one good shot. I did hit one good shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you hit some great shots.
One.
Well,
one good shot.
Yeah, on the third.
That was it.
Yeah.
Yep. All
well, that's
well
night golf.
Yep.
What'd you find the most challenging out there tonight?
Oh, the wind.
Yeah.
It was gusting around, and that little tennis got the 4th hole.
Yep.
I hit a sandwich 125 metres.
Yeah.
I don't hit sandwich 125 metres, and I thought the wind was into us, so you get
that southerly really picked up.
Yeah. But
yeah. So when you started off the first tee, we got Steve to give us a little bit of an idea of the conditions, and he said it was fairly benign. But by the time you got around to the third, we could see the trees and the waving and the flag was flapping. So yeah, conditions weren't great for low scores. But Wicko, what impressed us about your game was your scrambling up and down. I think that I don't think you hit a green all night.
That could be right. Yeah, I struggled, mate, to be honest with you. I was just trying to see if I could blade them straight. I sculled quite a few, mate, but luckily I did scull them straight. But I don't know, early on I felt like I hit a couple of really solid ones, and I'm not sure. I think the wind was throwing me a bit too, and then I started going back a club and probably trying to hit it a bit hard. But I got lucky, mate. I did chip well, and I wasn't forced to make any real big putts, and then Richie was unlucky because he did putt pretty well, and just there was a couple of centimetres in it, mate.
First putt
there was nothing in it, and that shot he hit into the third was a cracker. It was just again unfortunate. That's the shot he gets a shot on. Almost wasted. But I thought Richie's iron play early was incredible. He just was piping everything straight down the middle, you know.
So, looking forward to the grand final. We've now...
Yeah, what's old mate's name?
So, Joel Pembroke from a member over at Magenta.
Where's that?
Somewhere over near Newcastle somewhere.
Okay.
But, yeah, a member at Magenta. Terrific bloke. I think you guys will get on great.
Yeah, no, I'm only taking the piss. He sounds pretty good.
Have you got a shout out for him? What are you expecting in the grand final? Is there going to be any sparks flying there? I mean,
well, there might be, because I might turn up with some of that Red Rouge lipstick that he was talking about. So he might have some sparks for me. You know, I might tickle his fancy, mate. You know.
Oh, he was.
I'm a good-looking rooster at 46, fat and 46.
I'll be on your bag, mate.
Yeah,
we'll get him.
I think the double Wyong team will be good, mate. No, we'll have a good day, mate. We'll have a bit of fun, and he's obviously played really well to get through to this point, and he'll be out there practicing. I'm probably a little bit more laid back than that, and I might just rush it to the first tee like today, because actually I was thinking about it earlier today, and I was feeling a little nervous, and then being so late and Pavey telling me that you were putting shit on me, I thought, well, no, there's no nerves then. I just raced in here and got on the tee, and it was great. In fact, it's so great, I don't drink beer, mate. I'm even drinking this. It's great beer too.
Thanks to Murray's Brewery. Now,
262
what we've got
Murray's,
coming up on Wednesday night is the draw for the upcoming autumn match play.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting
Wednesday
format.
week. Sorry, Wednesday week.
Okay.
Wednesday week is the draw for the upcoming autumn match play knockout.
Yeah.
So, can you?
Does the winner get an automatic start into that? Does he?
No, I don't think so.
No, okay.
No,
he doesn't automatically get through his section.
Yeah, no,
nothing like that.
Sorry about that, but
right.
yeah. But
lucky there's no committee here, because Ando will be blowing up.
It all depends on what happens with the $1,000 you win.
Oh,
yeah. So it depends on how you spend that around the club as to if you get any preference or not. But
okay.
So talking about that, what are you looking forward to? Have you had some talk around the club regarding players that haven't played in the summer coming playing in autumn in the match play?
Yeah, we've every Saturday we play, we mention it to the guys we play with, and we've had a few sign up. So
yep.
Yeah, and we played Pennants today down there at Evie and against Gosford, and I mentioned it to a few of the boys, and I was talking to Scotty Bennett down there that works in the shop with Chivo, and he's been loving what he's been watching, and I said, well, get up here, mate, you know. Put your money where your mouth is. Come and take Luke Whitbread's money. You know?
Well, we look
Actually, I might have to donate me 1,000 to Anthony Knight, mate, after that latest inquiry.
Mate, he'd probably take it.
Hey, he might, mate, he might.
Okay. Well, we're getting towards winding up the broadcast. I want to thank the broadcast team, you guys, for coming out and putting on a show for us. Thank you out there in Facebook land, sharing night golf again here at Erina Creek. We look forward to you joining us again next Sunday night. We have our grand final of our summer match play knockout coming straight to you live. We're live broadcast here. There's not many sports around you'll see live broadcasts coming straight through Facebook. It's a great concept and a great match play. We look forward to catching up. We'll have Wicko in the grand final versus Joel Pembroke. It's going to be another great match. So thank you again.
Can I just quickly say to Pave?
Yeah.
Great job on the course. Great job on the course, Pave. It looks immaculate. Anybody get up here during the week and have a hit. The course was stunning.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Rough's a bit tough.
Mate, you need bigger holes.
Okay, so
mate.
Come and have a game here at Erina Creek.
New putter?
We're now open here at Erina Creek to the public, so anyone who wants to come and have a match, please come and play, and we'll catch up with you next week, next Sunday night from about 8 o'clock.
Good on you, boys. Very good. Good on you, Murph.